Hello and welcome to the TLC Designs YouTube channel. My name is Lynn, or LV Handcrafted here on YouTube, and today I am going to create a joyfold card. This is a little bit different from how I normally assemble a joyfold card, but essentially it's the same. The idea behind a joyfold is that you basically have a card and a half, sort of. So I've got, this will ultimately be USA 2 size, so 4¼ by 5½ folded. But what I did was I took a standard USA 2 size card base and I cut off half of the front of it. And then I took the largest die from the daisy frame die set, and I cut that from another piece of white cardstock and scored and folded that in half. And the idea behind a joyfold is that it's a card and a half, and then you have a mini card that is attached to it. And so my mini card is what I have cut from the daisy frame die. So it's gonna, and this is sort of a joyfold the way I would normally assemble it, turned on its side, so a top folding. And what I did was I took my big bite and I punched a hole. Now this is the first time I'm doing this, and it actually worked. It worked out pretty well, in fact. So these are 1/8 inch holes that I'm punching, and I punched one hole at the center of my daisy frame mini card. And you saw a moment ago I lined it up and I drew a little pencil mark onto the top flap. So that's the front of my standard card base. And when I went to punch the holes there, I punched two holes, one to the left and one to the right of the pencil mark. So I did forget that on the inside of my mini card, I wanted to line that particular section with some solid color cardstock. Now this did come from the pattern paper, so it coordinates perfectly with the other papers that I've chosen, and they are all from TLC Designs. I'll leave links to everything in the description box below. But there is a die in the Daisy Frames die set. The next size down will cut you this perfect matte layer, and it follows the shape, you know, that nice decorative ornate shape on the edges there. So it's perfect for your mats and layers. And I should have applied or attached that first and then punched my hole, but it's no problem to just line everything up again and repunch that hole in the exact same spot. And what makes this a joyfold is that now you'll take this mini card and you'll attach it to what would normally be the inside of your standard card. And before I knew the name of this fun fold, I used to call it a flippy flappy card, because you would flip it open one way and flip the other flap open the other way. So I think there may be other names for it as well, but now I know that at least one of the proper names of this fun fold is a joyfold. And it doesn't really matter what direction, whether your flaps are flipping down to the left, to the right. It's the premise is still the same, so long as you have essentially, you know, a card within a card of opening in opposite directions. And the reason why I punched these holes is so that we have a bit of a closure, and I don't want a lot of bulk on the inside of the card, and so that's why I punched two holes on that top flap there, because that allows me to thread this twine that did come in one of the suites that was released earlier this year. This is the Chili Fun. I think there was a sticker slash sheet of tags. So I just took a circle punch and punched out those circles. And so I'm going to use those as my focal images. And from this set here, the Rosy Sentiment die set, I am taking the word smile. And I decided to actually cut it out a couple of extra times. So I cut it out once from that solid green that is lining the inside of my mini card. And then the extra couple of die cuts are just out of plain white. And that's so that I can glue these together, stock them up, and actually make this element a little bit thicker. It's a way for you to get some dimension on your sentiments or on any die cut really, and not have to cut out of thick like chipboard material, but it's going to feel really thick and substantial like a chipboard because you have so many layers, and it could be a little bit easier to die cut than say die cutting from foam to get that same dimension. Plus it's a great way to use up your scrap papers as well. So I've got that as my sentiment on the outside. I did punch out another little character that I wanted to add to the inside of my card as well. And the length of twine that we got, I think it was something, if I remember correctly, on the order of about 12 inches. And it's the perfect length. There were actually, as you saw me untie it, there were actually 3 different colors. There was a cream, kind of a craft color, and this black. And I thought the black would be nice and striking against, there's a little bit of black in one of the pattern papers, and obviously a little bit of black in the images as well. So here is a final look at my top folding joy fold. So here you can see our little twine is a closure that keeps that flap. Otherwise that flap is going to have a tendency to spring open. So this keeps it nice and tucked in. And then you can open it out. There's still space on the inside to stamp a sentiment, handwrite a message, and sign your card. But then there's also that little extra decorative element at the bottom of the mini card. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you aren't already subscribed, we would love for you to subscribe to the TLC Designs YouTube channel. Thanks so much. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye.